Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. You get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and buy your treasures off you for a sum of money passed across the table today.
£220.
I want a bit more than that.
£240.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'm going to step in and say, don't accept that. Go to auction, have a gamble, and perhaps we may get you a little bit more money there. There's competition everywhere for this.
3,200, 3,004.
Today, the show comes to you from Stockport in Cheshire. I wasn't born that far from this town hall. It's a good area. There's lots of antiques around here. People have brought along their treasures. Are they going to sell them today? Are they going to go to auction? I don't know. But one thing I do know, they want the real deal.
The den's awash with treasures, so it's anchors away and over to David Hateley's table for Tina's Maritime picture.
Well, you've brought here a painting. Tell me something about this painting.
I don't really know. It was just passed up from the family, and it's just been in the loft, really.
In the loft? Why haven't you had it on the wall?
Yeah, well, I'm into more modern.
You're a modern girl, yeah.
I'm a modern girl. So I come here to see what I'd get for it today, because it is a nice painting.
Oh, well, I'm from the East Coast, Hull.
Right.
We like ships around Hull. I'm just trying to decipher what it actually is. I think it's a painting on paper. If you look from this side here, you can see a lot of varnish that's run. So this painting is signed and dated 1882 by John O'Neill, is it? And then it's got all the history here, and they call it HMS Lord Warden. And it's dated 1882, but the ship could be a little bit earlier than that, obviously. It's got a bit of steam and sails. Who knows? It's just hard to work out when it's under glass. It's very, very difficult to actually see what it is. I'm going to have a gamble that it's a painting when it comes to the money bit. So I'll get the dosh out and see what you think. £50, is that?
Nope.
That's a no. Yes, it's a definite no. 100.
No.
And that's a no. What if it's not a painting? And
It is a painting.
Is it
it's got to be a painting.
Tina, I've just walked in here because I know when you brought this along today with your husband, you had no idea of the value at all, and you didn't know if it was worth a tenner or if it was 50 quid or a couple hundred quid. So the lowest estimate is 200, and we go up to about 350. I'm going to say it's a couple of hundred plus of anyone's money, certainly 200 to 300 quid's worth. So I'm going to leave you with Dave. I'm not sure about his sea legs. You know, he's a bit of a dandy lad. He stays on the land. I don't think he goes to the sea very often. But
not far from it.
he knows a good picture when he sees one, and he just might put a few quid down.
Well, Tina, I personally think this is a very gambling lot. I'm going to say £150. And you're going to say not at all.
No, I know now. No, no, I know now.
I better say a bit more then and see if I can excite you. 170. I don't know what I'd do with it if I bought it. It's big, isn't it?
Think of something.
I'm going to say 190, and I'm going to say that would be my lot to have a little gamble.
Say no more? Like
No.
£10 more? £10 more?
Another tenner. Well, I won't miss it for a tenner. Tina, we've had a deal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David's taken a bit of a flyer on this one.
If it's a print, it's worth 100 quid. If it's a painting, I'll get a bit of profit on it.
Well, we'll find out later, David. Next up, Dennis has brought in his stationery cabinet for Brenda Haller.
I'm hoping that might get between 130 and 150 pounds, that is, not pence.
Let's see if Brenda pays up.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Brenda.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Brought me something really quite nice, haven't you?
Well, I think it's rather nice, yeah.
OK, it's a burr walnut and walnut stationery cabinet. And if we open it up, do you want to take that side? Can you manage?
Yep.
We'll reveal. Very nice, very, very nice. You've got the calendar up here. You've got your little sections for your notepad, your billy-doos,
Yeah.
and a little pen rest here, inkwells. This would be dated 1890 to 1900.
Oh.
And you would change your calendar by going into the top and changing them over. And places for all sorts of nibs and things in
Yes, yeah.
there. Nice, I like it. Should we close it up?
Yeah.
Right. Why are you selling it?
Well, it's been in the... my wife was left it by her aunt, who died in 1984, and it came home to our house, and instead of finding a nice place for it, it was put away in, first of all, upstairs in a cupboard, and then it went down to the cellar and wasn't being used.
No.
So we thought someone might appreciate it more than we're doing.
Yes.
So
you haven't got a grand desk to put it on?
No, we haven't. No,
Oh.
nothing. Just an ordinary sideboard, and it wouldn't look right
No, it
there.
wouldn't look right
No,
on there. You're
no.
absolutely. It needs a partner's
Yes,
desk
it
or
does, it
a
does.
nice desk of some sort
Yeah.
for somebody to appreciate
Yeah.
it. I mean, it has been nibbled. It's been through the walls a little bit on the
Little
base.
bit, yes, it has.
But you would expect that for something over 100 years old. What would you do with the money if we gave you some money?
Well, probably go towards paying the electricity bill. No, we're not
poor
saying we're paupers,
Dennis.
but unfortunately that's how things are.
Absolutely.
For pensioners, yes.
It is. I'm one. I get my pension. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Dennis, I would like to offer you 100 pounds.
It's a reasonable offer, but we're hoping for a little bit more.
Okay, we'll try 120.
Well, we were thinking something in the lines of 150.
Were you really?
We were, yes.
Okay, so at auction you'd expect 150?
Yes, we would, yeah.
So 120 on the table equates to around about 130 at auction to get that.
Good point, yes.
Yeah. So if I gave you 130, you'd say, Brenda, I'm going to snap your hand off. Is that what you're about to do?
I may not say that, but I'll say we've got a deal.
Deal. Thank you.
Thank you. But it's going to a good home. Yeah, so I'm very happy.
Glad to hear it, Dennis. Now, Simon Schneider's going for gold.
Got a 9-carat gold Albert to look at now. Quite a nice heavy chain. I'd love to buy it. Let's hope I can do a deal. Now, Irene, you've bought in this Albert chain.
Yep.
What can you tell me about this?
It belongs to my grandfather, who died a long time ago, and it was passed down to my mother. And now it's been passed down to myself. It's been in the drawer for 20 years, never worn. Just frightened of wearing it, really. So it's time to say goodbye.
Once upon a time, quite a lot of ladies would wear these as bracelets or necklaces, but that even seems to have gone out of vogue a little bit lately as well, and people are a bit scared to wear them sometimes.
Well, I was going to make it into 2 bracelets, but I thought maybe if I lose it, it's gone.
Absolutely. The strange thing about Albert chains is that there seems to be almost like an endless supply of them. There are a lot of them around. And even though it's something that's, nigh on 100 years old, they are quite easy to find.
True.
And having said all that, where's the pocket watch?
I haven't a clue. I have no idea where that went.
And you've also got a little gold fob there. Now, these can be presented for many different reasons. Sometimes they're sort of prizes or whatever, but you sometimes find 2 or 3 on an Albert chain. They could be given for, things like pigeon clubs and all sorts of funny reasons why people would have a little gold fob. The only other thing I can really tell you about it is it's 9-carat gold. It's what we call rose gold. Can you see that sort of? And they get that by putting a bit of copper in the mixture when they make the gold. It's so that you get that sort of red-coloured gold from it, which is typical of that period as well. I'd like to buy it. I can always make a bit of money on gold, so it's something that's very easy to sell. So I'm going to make you a very fair offer for it. I'm going to offer you 100, 150, 200. 250, 300, 350, 370 pounds.
No.
No, that was a very, very definite no.
Definitely no.
Let's see what David thinks.
Okay.
Well, the estimation is around 4 to 450. The chain is viable, 9-carat gold, it's saleable. There is £480 worth of gold there.
Okay.
370 is not enough, and I think as a retail item, it can do a little bit better than that.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
I don't normally disagree with David, but I'm going to in this case because I find them very, very difficult to sell as items. But I still don't think there's enough money there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put another £50 there now. I mean, 420 quid.
Tempted.
You're tempted. Well, you know, I think that's been very fair. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and tempt you with another £10. I'm going to now make the offer of £430 for the Albert chain.
Okay, go with that.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Thank you very much for coming in today. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very
meeting
much. Thank you. I wanted £400 for it and got £430, so I'm happy with the deal.
Well done, you, Irene. Coming up, a toy car and a tricky customer pull up at Brenda's table.
OK, so shall I try and get some money out?
Yes, please.
All right.
Oh, you've got a big suitcase.
Oh, you're a bit cheeky, you are.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. Best not hang around. There's a deal about to kick off on Karen Delmeny's table.
Ian, welcome to the show.
Hi.
What are you doing with a compact?
It's my wife's. It's been passed down from her mum and her mum, so it's been in the family for a little while.
Family piece.
Yeah.
So what do you know about it other than that? Anything else?
Been told that it's from around the 1920s, something like that.
Let's have a look. Well, it's a lovely little compact, and when we open it up, we've got the mirror on the back here. We've got the original little bit of cottoning there, which is lovely. What I need to look for is some sort of mark on there. Aha, okay. Right, we've got the mark 925, which is actually the recognised sterling standard. So that's 925 parts of silver per thousand. We've got this beautiful enamelling on the top here. Can you see the patterning on there? It's very, very pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of...
and that's done mechanically. And also, we've got like a starburst enamelling on the back here. This down here, as much as we'd love it to be diamonds, isn't it? It's marquisite. And I agree with you, it's probably about 1920s, 1930s. In the age of elegance. Yeah, oh, it's just beautiful. So, we've ticked most of the boxes there, haven't we?
Yeah.
The only box we haven't ticked is how much I'm going to give you, isn't it?
That's right.
Are you ready for this? 20, 40, £60, Ian. No? You're giving me that serious, no, it's not look, aren't you? Yeah. OK. In all honesty, I do buy quite a few of these, so I do know the limitation on price on this, as beautiful as it is. I see it for selling, if I'm honest, around about 100 quid. So you're up to £80 now. And as I see it, there's 20 quid left for me. You keep looking behind me, Ian. Is there?
I've got my wife behind.
You got. Are you getting the or the?
Not yet. Not yet.
You got to wait for the. Have you?
It's one of them because obviously with it being through the family.
Yeah, it's got to be your wife's decision at the end of the day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh look, there's a tenner. That's it. So Ian, 90 quid. Have we got a deal? Have you had the nod yet?
Yeah, I've had the
Thank
nod.
goodness for that. Thanks for the deal, Ian.
You're in your wife's good books now, Ian. Right, let's get into gear and race over to Brenda's table, where Andrew's ready to do business with his toy car.
I've always done the best of dealing, so I'm quite good at haggling with people. So I just stick out for the best price.
Andrew, you sound like you know what you're doing, but the Duke and auctioneer Max Blackmore are standing by ready to help.
You brought me something quite interesting, haven't you?
Yes, it's something unusual.
It is.
And I like the actual condition of it, and it's not been touched up by a paintbrush or anything like that. I didn't realise the handle worked when I first got it. But when you turn the handle, the back wheels turn round and you can see all the cogs underneath turning and everything.
Do you want to show me how you do that?
Yes, I will do, with pleasure.
I'm not going to break it, Andrew. Oh,
And if you can see the cogs underneath.
that's
moving.
amazing. Now, it's made by a chap called Gilbert Stutz.
Yes, it is. It's an American car, and
Yeah.
it is actually 1914.
When I saw this coming through the door, my first thoughts were tin plate toy, early 20th century, Stutz, an American.
Yes, I am aware that they do sell quite well in America.
OK. How do you place your estimate?
We've gone in at between £200 and £300.
Interesting, because the independent valuers, they're saying
Right.
£200 to £300. And I feel about the same way. Is it going to make that kind of money? Let's see what Brenda puts on the table.
OK, so shall I try and get some money out?
Yes, please.
All right.
I hope you bought a big suitcase.
Oh, you're a bit cheeky, you are. £50. £100. 120. You will tell me when to stop, won't you?
When your purse is empty, I'll tell you when to stop.
140.
What's your opinion on that, Max?
If I was a wheeler dealer like this gentleman, I think I'd be taking a gamble at auction, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure he'd be willing to go to auction. I need to get in there, rev it up and say, come on, let's get off to the auction.
I think I want some advice from David.
Well, I think you might have just run up against one here.
Yeah.
He knows what he's looking for. Obviously, that's not showing you a profit at the moment.
Nothing whatsoever.
£200 to £300
Right.
is the independent valuers
Sure.
on this. The bag is zipped.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to get too much more off this girl.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, it's whoom, broom, we're off to auction.
Auction with her.
Do you know,
What?
I can see you love the gamble, don't you?
Yes.
You
But
love the
I would,
gamble.
if you'd offered me more money, then you could take it home with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's lovely,
Yeah.
but that is
No,
too much
so-
of a gamble for me. So, as David says, it's brum brum.
And we're off to the auction rooms.
Andrew.
Thank you very much, Brenda.
Good luck.
And you. I'm feeling very confident it's going to do OK at auction. I think it's the right place to achieve the right price.
OK, let's get over to the sale room to find out.
You sat down with Brenda Haller, her with the handbag,
Yes.
and she offered you 140 quid. Now, what did you pay for it?
Roughly about £100 and odd pound.
Now, that showed you a little bit of a profit.
Yes.
Why didn't you get hold of that money there and then?
Because it just wasn't enough.
OK. It's here in the sale room with a £200 reserve. The question is, what do they think here in the sale room? Do they think it's worth 200 quid? Well, let's find out. It's coming up now.
Let's start at £130 at 130. Now further bids on the tin plate car at 130. Any further bids now? 140, 150. 160 on the net at 160. 170. 180, 190. 190. Try one more on the net. £190. Well, I need another bid to sell.
It's still below the reserve. They're looking for 190.
Any further bids now? I need another bid to sell. No, gone away.
The gabbler's gone down, they've passed it. A little bit disappointing, Andrew.
Yes.
I think that endorses that you paid just over 100 quid. It obviously made more money in the room, but not enough to satisfy you.
Yes.
Happy to take it home?
Yes. Delightful. Doesn't matter. Yes.
On the day. The real deal then went with Brenda Haller, 140 quid.
Now it's back to the den and over to Simon's table where Jewel is raring to go.
I brought a few gold items in to sell today. My son's getting married this year and I want a really nice outfit for the wedding. So I'm not going to accept anything less than 250.
Let's see if Simon forks out.
Julie, you brought in some items which I think we're going to have to call scrap gold.
Right.
What can you tell me about these items?
Well, they were left to me from a dear friend who passed away 3 years ago. And I know the wedding ring was her mother's wedding ring. This was my friend's watch. This item, I think it was her mother's engagement ring. I'm not sure about the other one.
That one we should state quickly, that's not a diamond in it, unfortunately.
No, I didn't think so.
It would have been lovely if it had, because it's a nice big stone, but unfortunately it's just a bit of paste, so...
Yeah. But I know they're all gold.
It's all gold, and what we've got, these 3 items are 9 carat gold.
Right.
And that item is 22 carat gold. When we talk about the carat of gold, what we're talking about is the purity of gold, and the higher the carat, the more valuable it is. So it might surprise you to know that those 3 items together are probably worth just a little bit less than that one item is on its own.
Really?
Really, because that is 22 carat gold, it's reasonable weight and everything, and 22 carat is worth so much more than 9 carat. So when I say it's scrap, what we do, it gets melted down and it gets recycled and it gets used again for something else. So it's not the end of the world.
Right.
So basically, I am going to offer you for your bits of gold today, Julie, 50, 100, 150, 200, 220 pounds.
No, I want a bit more than that.
240.
No, you know...
I think there's just over £300 worth of gold there, isn't there? Right.
Yeah.
So what you've got to think of, what is a reasonable profit?
A bit more than that.
A bit more than that. £250. The profit I would get on that is roughly £50.
Yeah, but I could do with a little bit more than that as well. I've got a wedding this year and I've got to have a decent outfit. My son getting married, I've got to look the right.
I'm sure you do lovely, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, but I've got to have the right outfit.
So much get a lovely outfit for £250. Get one for your son as well out of that.
Don't know. Don't know. I think a little bit more.
I'm looking to find a very low value note here to put on.
I quite like the colour pink.
No, you're not getting another pink one. 260.
So it's salmon.
It's getting hard, you know. We're very near the mark
The
there.
outfit and the fascinator to buy all adds
what?
up. Fascinator.
What's a fascinator?
Goes on your head.
Or a hat?
Well, no, but it clips onto your head.
Look, you take that away. 270. Do you think that's fair, Julie? Can we have a deal?
Yes, I think that's fair.
You're quite happy with that?
I am, yes.
Thank you very much. I wish you very good luck with your son's wedding, and I'm sure you'll look fabulous in your fascinator.
Thank you. Oh, I feel absolutely fantastic. I didn't expect to get it, you know. 250 I was hoping for, and I've got 270, so yeah, I should get a nice outfit for that.
Well done, Julie, and enjoy the wedding. Coming up, a mysterious item appears in the den.
Ooh, a little box. What's in the little box? It's always so exciting.
All will be revealed after the break.
Where have you been? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Stockport in Cheshire.
The crowds are still eager to do business, so let's get over to Karen's table for Alan's mystery item.
Little box has just arrived. Great, I love little boxes. You never know what's inside them.
Let's find out, shall we, Karen?
What's in the little box? It's always so exciting.
It's some buttons from my auntie.
Some buttons, OK, let's have a look. OK, straight away, a set of 246 silver buttons.
Yes.
So what's the history?
They belong to my auntie, and she gave them to me some years ago, because I'm a collector.
You're a collector?
Yes.
The dreaded word.
Yes, I am. My auntie would like to know what they're worth. So I said, well, shouldn't I get an opportunity to go to Dickinson Real, my favourite poem, I'll bring them.
And here you are?
Yeah.
And these weren't something that grabbed you, or...?
They don't grab me the same as the items I get.
Yeah, because they are quite a feminine object, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I have to admit that the customers I do have for buttons are, generally speaking, the ladies.
Well, yeah.
Or gentlemen that are buying for ladies as well. I mean, they're a nice little set. I have to do the old taking out and having a look at the mark, which is usually actually on the front face. Have you had a look at the mark?
Well, there is a mark on there, but my eyesight's not probably as good as yours.
Oh, yeah, mine's brilliant. Right, 925, that's the standard silver mark. London make, about 1905. So we're talking as I expected and what they usually are in the Edwardian era. And it's just lovely to see them all boxed up and original and lovely things. So it's just the price then, isn't it?
Well, as best you can do.
Well, I'll do my best, Alan. Right, this is going to be my offer for you. That's £40. £50, Alan.
I think they're worth just a little bit more.
I hope so, otherwise I'm in the wrong business. It always surprises me they're not a lot more than this because there's so much work goes into each little button. Would you like some advice? Because I think you're just about to get some, actually.
Yes, please.
David, there's £50 on the table. What do you reckon?
Well, they're attractive. 50 to 70, 50 to 80. The difficulty here is if we send you to the auction, can we get you more? If you got £60, you'd come away with the same as that. So I'm going to say, not a bad offer, probably worth another 10 or 20 quid, but can you get it at auction? The answer is maybe, and there is a commission to deduct, so it's up to you if you want to gamble. Otherwise, that's cash today, real money, not a bad offer.
Alan, before you arrived today, was that the sort of figure you were thinking about?
It was the 60-ish mark I was looking at.
So we're pretty much in the same area each time, aren't we? I don't think there's a lot left. I will put another £5 down just to sort of sweeten the pot a bit, but there's not a lot left in it, I'm afraid.
Now, you're my favourite person, so...
We've got a deal, have we? Fantastic. Thanks,
okay,
Alan.
thank you.
Great little set of buttons. They'll go. There's a tenner in it, trust me.
We'll find out later if you're right. But right now, Simon's ready to have a shot at what David's brought in.
Nobody can say we don't have any interesting items on this show. We've got a caseload of bullets next. We'll just have to see how much they're worth.
David's pretty clear.
And I'm not going to take anything less than 60.
Let's see if Simon hits the target.
Now, you bought an unusual lot in, David.
Yeah, very unusual.
What can you tell me about them?
Well, there was my wife's father's collected them from years. When he passed away last year, he gave them to us. They've just been under the bed ever since, so they're not on display, so we just brought them in to see what's what with them.
And we should say what they are first. It's a collection of bullets.
Yeah,
both
lead bullets.
Sort of unused and spent ones, as far as I can tell. Now,
I believe the date of some of them is 1840 something. I don't know the exact time or where they was used or what they was used for. So he didn't have them on display neither. They was just put away in a cupboard.
you often get people that collect things that don't actually look at them. You know, you got sort of, it's just this thing about collecting them and owning them and sort of putting them, displaying them nicely.
Where some of them had been found, because if you look, some of them are pretty thin.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as we say, the ones
Quite
on the,
well used.
on the top rows have obviously been fired and used. I mean, it's an unusual thing to collect. I mean, people do collect everything and anything, and I think this sort of illustrates it. I mean, he's obviously gone to a lot of trouble. He's mounted them in this case, and mounted them very nicely. Spent a lot of time on them. So he obviously cared about them. As you say, they probably sort of date. Some of them, nigh on 150, 170 years old. Difficult thing to value, David.
Yeah.
I'm not really quite sure what to say, but I'm going to have a little gamble on them and see if I can tempt you. I'm going to offer you £40.
No.
You obviously think they're worth more than that.
Worth a bit more than that.
They might well be. The truth is, I wouldn't have a clue who to sell these to if I bought them. Now, that's not to say that they don't have a value. That's going to be my final offer for £40. You can either take my cash or you can try your luck in auction.
No, I'll take them to auction. Thank you very much.
Well, I hope they do very well for you.
Thank you.
I shall watch it with interest. If they make £200 or £300, I shall feel sick.
Yeah.
Right, let's shoot over to the sale room to find out if Simon will need his indigestion tablets.
On the day, Simon Snyder offered you 40 quid. What did you think about the £40 offer?
I thought they were worth a lot more than 40.
OK, well, I think I agree with you. They probably are, but it's finding the right buyer. So, they're here in the sale room. The estimate is £60 to £80. The auctioneer says £60 to £100. That's what they said on the day. The reserve is 60 quid. Are they going to bring more than 60 quid? Are they going to go with a bang in the sale room? Well, let's find out. They're coming up now.
Start me here, what should we say? £80, 60? Start me somewhere. 40? 40 bid now. Clark's bid of £40.
40 in the room, starting low, worth more than that.
At £40 now. At £40 for the lead bullets. Any further bids now? At 45, 50, 55, 60.
£60. It's on the reserve.
Further bids now at £60. Well, they've got to go at £60 now. On the dot at 60. Any further bids? No, just on the net then. On the dot at 60.
Gamble has gone down, a £60 bid in the room. A little bit of commission to take away, just under £50, £49. Happy?
Not bad.
Satisfied?
Yeah, it's better than the offer.
OK. On the day, tried our best, got more than the original offer from our dealer towards a nice holiday deposit.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal. Real deal. Bit of sunshine. Sounds good to me.
Coming up, David faces some tough opposition.
£500? How does that sound?
Weak.
Can he come back with a stronger offer? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. It's been a cracking day, but there's only enough time to squeeze in one more deal over on David's table. Bryn has brought in his gold pocket watch and 2 sovereigns.
You brought some very nice gold items here.
Yes.
Tell me something about them.
I've had it for many, many years. So it's been passed down through the family. So where it started, I don't really know. It's been stored, as you can see, very cleanly in the loft.
Yes, it's been kept very nice, I can see that.
I just think it's time to start clearing the loft out.
Sure, yeah.
And turning all these valuables back into hard-earned cash.
Into pound notes, yes. Yes, so we've got 2 sovereigns here, an Edwardian one and one a little bit later, 1913. The watch is 18 carat, and it's all in nice order, isn't it? The whole watch is working. Swiss. Nice condition. Very nice. I'd like to buy these items. This is a 9 carat gold chain, and these mounts around the sovereigns are 9 carat. So there's a lot of money's worth in gold alone, never mind. Not that we'd scrap these things. They're all very nice objects. So what, you'd be sorry to let these go?
No, I'm pleased to let them go if the price is correct.
Well, I'll get the spondoolies out. I think we need the heavyweight stuff here, don't we? 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350.
Straight from the bank.
400, 450, £500. How does that sound?
Weak.
Weak it is, really, isn't it? Yes. 6, 7, 8, £900. How does that sound?
Weak.
How much further is David prepared to go?
Weak? There's a lot of things here, isn't there?
There's a lot of things there.
£1,000.
No.
1,100. £1,200. How does that sound?
Don't say a word, Bryn, until I've got chance to put my 4 penneth in. Now, has it surprised you so far with £1,200 on the table? Is that more than your original expectation?
Well, I think it's worth more.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I can tell you that we have 2 estimations. We have a 1,600 to 2,000, and we have an 1,800 to 2,200. In precious metal alone, there's about £1,400 there. Now, we've got a man here that knows what he's doing when it comes to watches and to gold. At the moment, he's toying with us. Tick-tock. That's what he's doing. So at the moment, David, £1,200, we want to see more money. We have a lovely item here. Get that money on the table.
Well, we'll try a bit harder, right?
Well, I thought it was weak.
Well, weak? I don't know about weak. Not a bad start. 1,300. 1,400.
Now I've been told by David what it really is. True value.
Well, I think I'll tell you what I'm going to give for this. I'll offer you 1,600. course, even though this is a lovely watch, I'd rather have it in a silver case. It would be a lot easier seller because it would be a lot less money. You know, this 18-karat gold comes to too much money.
Well, we're up there at the scrap value plus a couple of £100 extra for the watch. £1,600 is the lowest of all our estimations.
I love this watch, but I'll tell you something, it's not easy to sell for very much more than its metal value because the collectors...
It's got to be more than the metal value in this little bit of kit.
But it's working.
It's working, thank goodness. It's not a bad bid.
Oh, another 100.
OK.
I'm stuck.
He's made his decision. He won't go with 100. Will you go 50?
No.
If you get 50 in, I think there's a deal there, brokered and ready to go. That is a great watch.
You've just got one more £50 note left.
1640 I'll give. Here, I'm going to be really mean. 1640.
OK, I'm going to get out of the way here. I'll leave it with you to make the call.
I'm sure that one £50 note needs to be with its older brothers.
I think I went too much of a gamble here. We had a deal, have we?
Done a deal. I'm pity that 50 didn't join the others, though.
You've got plenty of my 50s. Leave me one for tonight.
Well done, Bryn. What a battle that was. Now it's time to find out whether all the haggling was worth it for our dealers.
I'm going to offer you...
Brenda was eager to seal the deal for the stationery cabinet.
So if I gave you 130, you'd say, Brenda, I'm going to snap your hand off.
And it brought her a profit worth writing home about. David took a gamble when he paid £200 for the Maritime picture.
If it's a print, it's worth 100 quid. If it's a painting, I'll get a bit of profit on it.
Which is exactly what happened. But after splashing out £1,640 for the pocket watch and sovereigns, he only saw a small return.
Hello, lovely to meet you.
It was 2 silver deals for Karen today. She thought the buttons were a sure thing.
They'll go. There's a tenner in it, trust me.
And there was a little bit more besides. She had an idea of what she'd get for the £90 compact too.
As beautiful as it is, I see it for selling, if I'm honest, around about 100 quid.
And she topped that when she sold it for £120. But we all know gold's worth more than silver, so it's Simon who's made the top profit. Do you remember Irene's £430 gold Albert chain?
I can always make a bit of money on gold, so it's something that's very easy to sell.
He wasn't wrong. He had a battle on his hands with the collection of gold items.
So what you've got to think of, what is a reasonable profit?
A bit more than that.
And after laying down £270, he didn't do too badly. Proving it's Simon who's really got the Midas touch.
Everybody's happy. Great day.
We've had a really exciting day here in Stockport Town Hall. There's been a great crowd of people. Lots of goods came through the door, buying and selling. We always like to see that. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.